Welcome to MojoPlays, and today we're taking a look at the 8 coolest cut characters in LEGO games. Wow, try saying that 3 times fast.
Before we begin, we publish new content all week long, so be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos.
For this list, we're looking at the most interesting characters that were removed from the final version of their respective LEGO games. Think there's a removed character we missed? What franchise would you like to see in the next LEGO game? I personally would like to see a LEGO Ghostbusters or maybe a LEGO Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles in the future. So, Traveler's Tales, if you're watching, please sound off in the comments below. Meowthra, the LEGO Ninjago movie video game. One of the best parts of the LEGO Ninjago movie was the climactic battle against the vicious Meowthra, who turns out to be just an ordinary house cat. While this cute feline doesn't appear as much in the video game based on the movie, there are files in the game that make Meowthra a playable character. The only problem is that this tabby is so huge she can't even fit within the screen, just her legs. We really have to wonder why such a giant character was given a playable build in the first place. Maybe just to test animations? Maximum Carnom, LEGO Marvel Superheroes 2. We were already given a playable Carnom in LEGO Marvel Superheroes 2, though it is just the boss character in a smaller size. But what about his second phase, Maximum Carnom? Why can't we play as him? Well, you can if you dig deep enough into the game's files. As cool as his design and abilities are, he really wasn't worth making playable. The guy moves incredibly slow, slower than molasses. To resize him and nerf his powers would totally detract from the character. Honestly, we're glad he got isolated as a boss. He's kinda better that way.
What a fantastic day.
Han Solo and Princess Leia, LEGO Pirates of the Caribbean. We know exactly what you're thinking, and we gotta ask it too. Why on earth are Han Solo and Princess Leia sitting in the files of a Pirates video game? Aren't these two supposed to be surrounded by blasters and lightsabers and all that? Seeing the two wield cutlasses looks and feels so unnatural. That's probably why they were removed to begin with, but Disney didn't acquire Lucasfilm and its properties officially until 2012, a year after LEGO Pirates was released. Han and Leia's inclusion here insinuate that the deal was expected to go through far earlier than it actually did. Of course, Traveler's Tales couldn't be asked to delay a whole game just to get 2 characters in, so it makes sense why they were axed. Santa, Snowman, Elf, and Reindeer, LEGO Rock Band. LEGO Rock Band would see a healthy amount of customization options for players to create the band of their dreams. However, there are 4 sets of customization options that were oddly specific and perhaps too notable to be left out of the game. At one point, players were able to customize their band to dress like a reindeer, an elf, a snowman, and just to tie it all in a big bow, Santa Claus. Whereas Santa, the elf, and snowman could be accessed on PS3 and 360 if you owned 3 particular songs that are most likely delisted now, so can't get them anymore, right? The reindeer is the one that is actually unused regardless of what you do. Why that is, we may never know. Marty McFly, LEGO Jurassic World. LEGO Jurassic World features a handful of Easter eggs that reference several Steven Spielberg movies, and one that particularly went unnoticed was Back to the Future.
Don't just walk into a store and buy plutonium. Did you rip that off?
The first level features one archaeologist digging up the out-of-time license plate, and Marty McFly makes a cameo during one level in Jurassic World. But unfortunately, Marty is unplayable without digging into the game's files for his build. One could easily chalk this up to some legal issues, but we're more inclined to believe that there wasn't enough time in development for TT to incorporate the ideas they wanted to. Besides, they would execute these ideas most likely in their next game, LEGO Dimensions, where Marty and the Doc were both playable, as well as the DeLorean and the time-traveling train. Bob-omb, Lego City Undercover. The coolest bits about LEGO City Undercover can only be found on the Nintendo Wii U and Switch version of the game, as it gives us a handful of Mario references to discover. Of these Easter eggs, one puzzle requires players to build and carry a Bob-omb to a cage. Unfortunately, this cage does not hold a character token of the Bob-omb, as the lovable explosive is not playable at all. Though, there are files within the game's data that do make it playable. Just think, how cool would it have been if there had been some exclusive Mario character to play with in free play? Sansui, LEGO Star Wars The Complete Saga. Yeah, we're going really far back with this one. If one were to access a beta build of LEGO Star Wars 2, you might be surprised to find a playable character with the name Sansui, and he features a shockingly detailed face compared to normal LEGO characters. Those familiar with Star Wars fandom and business history would recognize this character immediately. This is a playable minifig named after Steve Sansweet, the president and chairman of Rancho Obi-Wan, a museum that holds the largest collection of Star Wars merchandise in the world. You could say this was the first celebrity cameo in the LEGO games, but with Sansweet not making the final cut, we have to ask why and how. Michelangelo, the LEGO Movie video game. Oh, just think of how awesome life would be if we were to get a LEGO TMNT video game. Imagine all of the cool scenarios you could come up with using Raphael's alter ego, the Night Watcher, or maybe some weird team-up between Shredder and Krang. We were so close to seeing a LEGO game with one of the turtles, and yet we came so far. The files of the LEGO Movie video game contain a build for our nunchuck-toting turtle, Michelangelo, and unfortunately, most likely because of licensing and legal crud, he did not make it into the final build of the game. Why did the world punish us so? Surely his animations were still rough, but they had something going on here. Why couldn't they let TT do it? Why? Why?
Check out these other great clips from MojoPlays, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos.